Hey guys, this is Chef Mike with Chef Mike's Baking Company. So we're in the same day that we're doing our mac and cheese, and I brought in my little girl to help me with her mac and cheese. So those things are coming up next. But we're doing a separate video here, and I want to do something kind of different. My wife saw this on some TV channel or some commercial or something like that, but we're going to kind of do it a little bit different, and I'm going to call it Hassleback chicken. So if you ever had a Hassleback potato, it's like you take a potato and you slice it almost all the way through, but you fill the potato and then you bake it off. So we're going to do the same thing with chicken, but I'm going to pan sear it. And then we're going to take it out, we're going to make us a little sauce, put it back in the sauce, and then go from there. So let's get this one done. We're going to call this Hassleback chicken. Like I said, the recipe is down in the box there, so on the description. So let's get this started. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken some chicken breasts and I've rinsed them off. Some people do rinse their chicken off, some people don't. I do suggest that when you're doing this, you do different gloves. You do a different cutting board than you're going to use. So let me get our chicken over here. I've got my pan with a little bit of oil in it, and it is getting warm. You want to make sure that you can see that the pan is actually going to separate the oil. Let me get our chicken here. We got 4 nice breasts. Alright. So we want to have a real sharp knife again. I said I've got my heat here on about medium high. And we're going to take these chicken breasts and we're going to make little incisions in them so that this is easier cut. So see, you got this right there. And we're just going to do it just like that. When we make our sauce, this is actually going to help to moisten the whole piece of chicken. Chicken breast is a little dry, so if you make these incisions and you cook them, they won't be as dry. We're going to cut some of this fat off because we don't like fat, do we? Alright, so we got our first piece there. This also helps with seasoning too, because we're going to get our seasoning down all the way down in those grooves. Alright, so we got to go in here, making our little incisions. Boy, this knife is like a surgical blade, I tell you, it is sharp. Alright. I'm going to do this 4 times. Very nice pieces of chicken breast here. It's going to be a nice dish, guys. Alright. So we're going to put our knife in our sink because we're done with it. Now, I've got my seasonings here, and I've got a little bit of dried parsley, a little bit of dried dill, a little salt, a little pepper, and a little garlic powder. So, since I have touched chicken and I've got a little container here of my seasoning, I want to make sure that we keep our seasoning and our chicken separate from everything else because we do not want to get salmonella. So once I get finished with this, it's actually going in the sink. So we want to season our chicken up, and we want to season both sides. Very nice seasoning. Smells really wonderful. Alright. So then we're going to sear off this chicken in just a little bit of oil here. I'm going to put this part down first. Just like that. And then since we did do that, we're going to take this right here, this seasoning, and we're going to season the back side of the chicken. Because you want the chicken seasoned all the way around. Alright guys, so we're going to cook this piece of chicken almost all the way through. And we will come back and I'll show you how to make this sauce that we're going to make for it. We'll put our chicken back together and we'll see you here in just a few minutes. Alright guys, so we are here. We are doing our sauteing of the chicken. And we've got our Hassleback chicken. You can see that it's actually starting to separate some because when chicken cooks, it actually expands. So when we get finished and we do our sauce, we're going to actually put all of our sauce in those little grooves there. It's going to be really beautiful. So come back and see me here in just about 30 seconds and we will get ready on our sauce. I'll still be here and I hope you are. Alright guys, we're back and we are doing our Hassleback chicken. So what I've done is I've cut the chicken, seasoned it real well, and I seared it in the pan. So this is what we got. This is still raw. You cannot eat this right now. Now you can cook it a little bit longer without the sauce, but we're going to make a sauce to go on this and we're going to steep it in the sauce. Alright, so we're going to set this to the side. And if you look in this pan here, you do not want to lose all this flavor. It's got the seasonings that we have. You got the little bit of fond. Fond is the stuff that sticks to the bottom of the pan, so we're going to get that off. We're going to take and we're going to cut this little bit of butter up here. This is 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. I like a little extra, so we're going to do 3 tablespoons here. We're going to put that in the pan. That's going to help get that fond off of there. We're going to take and we're going to cut our onion. You can do red and white. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to show you real quick how to cut an onion right here. So it makes it real simple for you. Alright. Got one side. And we've got 2 sides. Now you want to turn your pan on low. You don't want this stuff to burn. You don't want brown butter right now. So, get my towel here. Alright. So, if you look at an onion, you see all the lines there. If you'll follow the lines and make your little cuts in the lines there, you have an onion. Now don't go all the way to the end, and we'll do another video on how to cut some stuff. But if you don't go all the way to the end there and just follow the lines around the onion, and then you're going to go in sideways like this. Be careful with your fingers. Go in sideways like this, and then you're going to take and cut your onion, and you got really nice pretty little dices. And then that last piece there, since it's a ring, you just take it and turn it. There you go. Really nice dices there. Alright. Now, got our diced onion there. Alright, then we're going to take a piece of garlic. So if you ever see a piece of garlic like this, don't be intimidated by this garlic. What you're going to do is you're going to push our onion to the side here. Sorry for the noise. I may have to edit that out. Alright, so what you're going to do with your garlic here is you're going to take it and you're going to push it down. Alright, so each little piece there is a garlic clove. And we're just going to take 2 of them. Alright, we're going to set that piece to the side. Now, this still has a skin on it. We just need 2 because we don't want a lot of garlic. We do want to taste it. So if you take and cut the end off on both sides, you can just peel that piece of garlic right out of there. So you just take that little shell off. Real easy. Alright. We're going to do the same thing with this one. See, that one just fell right out. How nice is that? Now you can get different kinds of garlic. There are different varieties of garlic. There's one that I really like to use just because I'm lazy. And it's called elephant garlic. It's about 3 times bigger than that. Alright, so we've got our garlic here. We got our butter going in our pan. I'll take and slice this garlic. Because I want to be able to see the garlic. And if some people don't like garlic, they can take it out easier with the slices. Alright, so we're going to take and put our garlic in the pan there. Got a nice brown butter going now. So, got all of our seasonings. We're going to take our onion here, put it in the pan. I'll turn our heat up just a little bit so they get cooked really nice together. The onion is going to sweat out water, which is going to help bring out that sauce on the bottom. Alright, we've got a little parsley here that we're going to finish with. So with parsley, you want to try to make sure you get all the stems off there. So you're just going to take off the stems. You just want the leaves. Parsley doesn't have a huge flavor profile, but it is nice. It's parsley is actually a breath freshener. I don't know if you do that, but that's what a lot of people used to use in the olden days for breath fresheners is parsley. So we've got our onions going here. Here's a little spatula here. If you see that, that's starting to come up now. Starting to get that fond off of there. Oh, the smell is wonderful, guys. Turn it up a little bit higher. Now we're not going to put our parsley in until the very last, because what happens with herbs like this, fresh herbs, is they will actually turn black if you leave them in the sauce too long. Alright, so you see these little stalks and stuff, once you cut them, you just want to take those out. Alright, we've got our onions and stuff in the pot. Really nice and cooked. Alright, we're going to take heavy cream and pour on top of that. And we're just going to let this start to cook down. So you got all that wonderful chicken fond coming off the bottom of the pot. Really nice, really smells wonderful. Alright, and when we come back, we're going to add our chicken to it, let our chicken finish off cooking, throw the parsley in, maybe throw a little bit of cheese or something in like that, season this really well, and we'll be ready to eat. So thank you very much. Come back here in just a few minutes. Alright guys, we're back with our Hassleback chicken here, and we are going to plate it up, and I'm going to show you how to finish this sauce. We've got our mac and cheese, and I'm going to post a link up here so that you can see. It should be right there in just a few minutes. Post a link for those mac and cheese that you can see that I did with my daughter not too long ago. But let's finish this Hassleback chicken off here. Alright, so we've taken it out, we've seared it in the pan, we've seasoned it real well. We've made our sauce with our garlic and onions. Man, that is beautiful. Alright, so to finish off the sauce, it calls for a little bit of parsley there. I like to make it chunky so that you can actually see it. And I'm going to finish off with a little butter because this gives it a little bit of shine. I'll take my pan here, my little spoon. I had this spoon here for years. I love having a little tasting spoon and a spoon that you can plate with. So we've got our red onions, we've got our garlic, we've got our parsley, a little bit of dill, and we're going to finish plating this Hassleback chicken up right here. So we're going to take it, just kind of go over the top here. Beautiful. And there we go. So we've got our Hassleback chicken.